Welcome to Fluent Mic English. I'm your host, Sarah, and today we're diving into something that most English learners completely overlook.
It's the missing link, Sarah. Everyone focuses on the brain, but they forget the body.
Exactly. We're talking about the physical mechanics of speaking. Mike, you always say that English is more like a sport than a school subject, right?
Absolutely. Think about it like this. You can read 100 books on how to swim, but if your muscles don't know how to move in the water, you're going to sink.
That's a perfect analogy. You're saying the mouth is essentially a collection of muscles that need training, just like a gym workout.
Exactly. Your tongue, your lips, your jaw, they have muscle memory. If you spoke in your native language for 20 years, those muscles are programmed for those specific sounds.
Wait, really? So when people say they have a heavy accent, it might just be because their muscles are literally too strong in the wrong places?
Precisely. Your native language has hard-coded your mouth movements. To speak English fluently, we have to overwrite those physical habits.
I love that. Overwriting the hardware. So where do we even start? If I'm a student and I feel like my mouth just doesn't move right for English, what's the first step?
Awareness. Most students don't actually know where their tongue is when they speak. Let's take the TH sound, for example.
Oh, the classic TH. That's a nightmare for so many people.
Right? But it's just a physical position. Sarah, try this. Put your tongue between your teeth and just blow air. Don't make a sound, just air.
Like that?
Yes. Now, most people are afraid to stick their tongue out because it feels silly or wrong in their culture. But in English, it's a requirement.
It feels like I'm making a face at someone, but that's the physical barrier, isn't it? The social awkwardness of the movement.
Exactly. You have to get over the strangeness of the movement. If it doesn't feel weird at first, you're probably not doing it right.
That makes so much sense. It's like doing a new stretch at the gym. It feels awkward until it becomes a habit.
Right. And let's talk about the R sound. That's the other big one. In many languages, the R is at the front, like a trill or a tap.
Like in Spanish or Italian, the tip of the tongue hits the roof of the mouth.
Exactly. But in American English, the tongue never touches the top. It pulls back. It's like a mountain shape in the middle of your mouth.
So it's actually floating? That sounds exhausting for the tongue.
It is. That's why students get tired. If you feel like your face is sore after an hour of speaking English, that's actually a good sign.
Wait, really? You want your students to feel tired?
In the beginning, yes. It means you're using muscles you've ignored for years. It's mouth yoga, Sarah.
Mouth yoga. I'm going to use that. So besides specific sounds, how do we train for the rhythm? English sounds so bouncy.
That's a great word for it, bouncy. English is a stress-timed language. We squeeze some words and stretch others.
Like a rubber band?
Perfect. We stretch the important words, the nouns, the verbs, and we crush the function words like to, for, and at.
So if I say, I'm going to the store, I don't say every word clearly?
If you do, you sound like a robot. You want to say, I'm going to the store. The to-the becomes almost invisible.
Going to the store. Wow, that actually feels easier to say once you let go of the perfection of each word.
Right? But for a learner, letting go feels like making a mistake. It's a psychological hurdle as much as a physical one.
So, Mike, let's talk about shadowing. I see that mentioned in your videos all the time. Is that the primary gym exercise?
It's the gold standard. Shadowing is when you listen to a native speaker and repeat exactly what they say, but with a tiny delay, only about half a second.
Like an echo?
Exactly like an echo. You aren't just repeating words, you're mimicking the pitch, the speed, the pauses, and even the emotion.
So you're basically acting as the other person.
Yes, you have to become a bit of a chameleon. You have to stop being you and start being the voice you're hearing.
I've tried that, and I found I get tripped up by my own brain trying to translate. How do I stop the translation?
You have to go faster. If you go fast enough, your brain doesn't have time to translate. It's forced to rely on the physical reflex.
That's fascinating. So it's almost like bypassing the logic center of the brain and going straight to the motor center.
Spot on. That's how children learn. They don't study grammar charts. They mimic the sounds they hear until their mouth gets it right.
Let's talk about the schwa sound. You mentioned it earlier. It's the most common sound in English, but most people don't even know it exists.
The schwa is the lazy king of English. It's just a neutral sound, like in the word about. It's not about, it's about.
About. It's so short. It's like the mouth is barely moving.
Exactly. If you try to pronounce that first A too clearly, the whole sentence loses its rhythm. You have to be lazy to sound natural.
Being lazy to sound natural. That's a concept most students haven't heard. They're usually trying so hard to be perfect.
Right. We're taught to enunciate every syllable in school, but real-life English is full of shortcuts and lazy vowels.
So for our listeners at home, if they want to start a 10-minute daily mouth gym routine, what would that look like?
Okay, here's a simple routine. Minute 1, jaw stretches. Open wide, move it side to side, relax the tension.
Relaxing the jaw. Got it. I think I hold a lot of stress there.
Most people do. Minutes 2 to 5, targeted sounds. Pick one sound you struggle with, like the L versus R, and do drills.
Like tongue twisters?
Tongue twisters are great. Red leather, yellow leather is a classic for L and R coordination.
Red leather, yellow leather. Wow, that is actually hard if you do it fast.
See, it's a workout. Then minutes 5 to 10, shadowing a short audio clip. No stopping, just mimicking.
And should they record themselves?
That's the game film part of the training. Athletes watch their own games to see their mistakes. You have to listen to your own voice.
Oh, I hate the sound of my own voice. Most people do.
I know, but it's the only way to bridge the gap between what you think you're saying and what you're actually saying.
That's a powerful point. We have an internal voice that sounds great, but the external one is what the world hears.
Exactly. You need to align those two. When you record yourself and compare it to the native speaker, the differences become obvious.
It's like looking in a mirror after trying to fix your hair without one.
What a great way to put it. You need that feedback loop.
Mike, what about speed? A lot of my students think they need to speak fast to sound fluent.
That's a big mistake. Speed is the result of efficiency, not the goal itself. If you try to go fast without the right mechanics, you just become unintelligible.
Like a car with bad tires trying to go 100 miles an hour.
You'll crash. Slow down first. Focus on the linkage, how one word flows into the next. In English, we don't stop between words.
Right, linking. Like can I sounds like can I.
Exactly. The consonant at the end of can jumps onto the vowel of I. It's a chain, not a series of boxes.
A chain. I love these analogies. It makes it feel so much more reachable. It's not just magic, it's mechanics.
It really is. And the best part is, once the muscle memory is there, you don't have to think about it anymore. You can just talk.
And that's when the real connection happens, when you're not stuck in your own head.
Precisely. You're free to focus on the person you're talking to, not the position of your tongue.
Well, Mike, this has been incredibly eye-opening. I think a lot of people are going to start doing mouth yoga tomorrow morning.
I hope so. Just remember, 10 minutes a day is better than 2 hours once a week. Consistency is key.
Just like the gym. Thanks for being here, Mike.
Anytime, Sarah. Let's keep those muscles moving.
You've been listening to Fluent Mic English. We'll be back next week with more tips to help you master the language. Until then, keep practicing.
And keep speaking. See ya.